Holiday not able to hit on the technical. Ingram now with 22 points, 8 of 15 shooting, along with 5 rebounds. Siakam does it all, handles, able to bring the ball up. 5.5 remaining here in the fourth. Shot clock down to 4. Gasol battles his way.
Great defense by Okafor that time. I thought he was going to stick his hand in the cookie jar and get caught by the veteran. No, staying straight up.
Little give and go. Okafor ends up with it. It counts, and the foul. And a technical on Gasol for complaining to the official, Josh Tibbin. That is part of the philosophy of lack of respect for the game.
And again, I think the referees have been patient tonight, Marv, knowing that it's the first game of the season.
Oh, and Holiday misses another technical opportunity where they're looking to eliminate overt gestures and yelling by players in the direction of officials or other players. So they're not going to accept any retort.
Yeah, and you want the game and to make sure we keep the integrity of the game. The only thing is that, again, this is the first reality show, and the gestures is just something. You have to have emotion in this game, or you can't be the best player that you want to be. But I think the refs have done a great job tonight, letting players vent, letting players have their say, and now they're like, shut up. Last 5 minutes is our time to control the game.
Shut up.
Yeah, trust me, the refs will tell you shut up.
Is that on the rule book? Yeah.
Call it Steve Javy.
Siakam on a second opportunity. And now a loose ball foul on the Pelicans. 7-0 run by New Orleans. They had hit 15 straight at the line before the 2 technical free throws were missed by Holiday.
Yeah, Mark, look at how long this goes. It's 5-6 seconds already, and Gasol's I'm not sure with it. Then again, you know, you have to have a feel for the game, and I give the refs, you know, give them that.
Whoa, Lowry tried to get it cross court.
And he just looked at Siakam like, you were supposed to be right there. Siakam's like, what, you want me to jump 30 feet higher? Come on.
Holiday. Okafor. Raptors looking for a travel as the ball's knocked away, knocked out of bounds. It'll be Pelican ball with 13 on the shot clock.
You can tell who a coach really trusts right now, and by having Hart and Jackson in the game. Not that he doesn't trust the other players. It just shows what they've been doing in practice for him to have this confidence in him with 4:30 left in the game.
Okafor. Jackson cuts left, finds room, and hits. A three-pointer and a 10-0 run by New Orleans.
J.J. Redick, one of the best shooters in our game, is over there saying, yeah, I knew he could knock that down.
Van Fleet rims out, and it's deflected out by New Orleans. Lonzo Ball, who'd been playing very well early on, seeing very little time in the second half.
Yeah, and a lot of times it's not because of the play of the player per se that's on the bench, but maybe the play or the combinations that he's found on the court. And right now, Hart and Jackson doing such a good job as Okafor gets Siakam to take an extra step inside. Turnover.
And a timeout taken by Toronto. 4:09 remaining, fourth quarter.
The big one is back at Nissan. Get 1% finance and 0 deposit on popular Nissan models. 1% only at Nissan.
You watching for the Jays?
Or are you watching for these Jays? Remember the biggest move of the season?
Hard in the step back.
Yeah, but this was pretty big too.
You watching for the dynamic duos?
Or you watching for the MVPs?
It's been a long, long time since I've been this excited about an NBA season.
Celtics, Sixers, Nuggets, Blazers. Tomorrow on ESPN2. Ball for all.
What?
Hey Dana, is that really the best you got? Bring him, baby.
UFC Fight Night. Maya versus Askren. Saturday on ESPN and streaming live on the ESPN app.
This rivalry runs so deep.
A throwback feel, but a very relevant high-impact game.
I think it's time to let go. I thought I let you all know. It's time to let go.
Are you ready for some football? Are you ready for Monday nights to be as exciting as Saturday nights? And to leave a cousin's wedding early for Wild Card Weekend? Are you ready to destroy Daryl forever?
Aaron Rodgers.
Well, these 6 planes are ready. This grandpa is ready. Swoop is ready. The fans are ready. The teams are ready. Are you ready? The ATP 500 series swings through Europe. The points race has reached a fever pitch.
Oh, how has he got that? That is one of the shots of the week.
And time is running out.
You just had a feeling that this was going to happen.
Precious spots remain for London. And those that are in still have plenty to fight for.
And what a point. And what a treat for all these fans.
Live from Vienna, the Erste Bank Open, October 25th through the 27th on ESPN2.
The NBA on TNT is being brought to you by State Farm. Talk to an agent today. And by Auto Trader, the only one with Kelley Blue Book. Finally, it's easy. Coming up on 4 minutes to play in the fourth here in Toronto. Opening night in the NBA. The Pelicans, with a run here in the fourth, have a 6-point lead on the Raptors. New Orleans in possession. Gasol comes outside for Hart. Hart on the drive, right by Gasol, the shot block. Van Vliet guarded by Jackson. Anunoby just checked in, set the screen, and now a foul on Jackson.
Van Vliet so hard to stop when he keeps attacking this young Pelicans team. And when you talk about the youth of the Pelicans again, just think about how exciting they are going to be as you see David Griffin there on the side tonight. 27 assists on 38 shots. And again, if you're Zion, you want him to get healthy at home, to somehow try to find a rhythm. But back to my point earlier, I just thought that the narrative on Zion was so unfair that he was always hurt, where we saw him injure himself in college. But in the summer league, they didn't want to play him in the summer league. It's no point to play him in the summer league. He wasn't hurt in the summer league. And of course, now we know that he's had right knee surgery on that torn meniscus. And having had a torn meniscus, I know that's tough to come back from. Just hope that he stays patient, stays confident and happy in this time until he can get to prove himself on the court.
What a preseason he had. He hit 35 of 49 from the field. Oh, that counts on the foul. Siakam with the bucket, and will head to the line. So it's a 2-point game with 3:18 to play.
The good job by Siakam, not forcing it, but the pump fake always worked. Almost got to stay vertical there, Okafor did, but so hard not to go with your instincts and stick your hand over and go in the cookie jar. Siakam knew that, took advantage inside.
Both teams are in the penalty. 31 points, 17 rebounds, make it 32 and 17 for Siakam. A nice way to start the new season.
It is, and he's going to say, don't forget those 5 assists. I'm trying to get people involved.
Ingram from deep. Rebounded by Siakam. Just under 3 to go here in the fourth. Lead pass for Siakam, and he scores! Toronto up by 1.
Coach Gentry doesn't even call a play. That means he's been coaching his team in practice and has prepared them for this moment. He trusts them.
Okafor gets inside, and he's fouled. That's number 5 on Siakam. A look at tomorrow's ESPN doubleheader. The Celtics playing at the Sixers, 7:30 start Eastern time, followed by the Nuggets and the Trailblazers at 10 o'clock Eastern time. It's a solid doubleheader.
Yeah.
Okafor, only a career 68% free throw shooter, 5-year man out of Duke. 3rd overall pick by the Sixers 4 years ago. It's his 2nd season with New Orleans after spending time with Philly and the Nets.
And if you're wondering why his body looks so trim and maybe he has different energy as he attempts and knocks down the second one, he took an allergy test during the season and he found out that he was allergic to white meat. Marv, can you believe that? Really, I know that's crazy. I told Dennis Scott I'm not going to be the one to tell that story, even though he did the great reporting. But you can tell in Okafor's body that there's a difference and that he's concentrated in the in the gym and taking care of his body as well.
That would cut off a number of options as Lowry draws the foul.
That would be the worst news.
And it's three-point territory, so 3 shots coming up.
Have to let the offensive player land.
They're going to check out if it is, in fact, a 3-point attempt. Oh, now they're checking to see if it's a flagrant.
Oh, so I think we would call that the Zaza rule, maybe? The Zaza Pachulia, specifically on Kawhi Leonard in the corner at Golden State rule, if you want to get that specific. But even though it doesn't look like it can be flagrant, and I'm not saying that this play is, I've seen a lot of dirty, not that he is, cheap players, not that he is, that can't guard by putting their foot under you. And anybody that does that never was a true player of the game. But I don't think Okafor did that on purpose. But we'll wait and see.
Incidentally, Pascal Siakam with 34 points, 18 rebounds. One of only 4 Raptors who have had 30 points plus and 15+ rebounds. Chris Bosh, Vince Carter, Kawhi Leonard. Pretty good company.
I was going to say, that's pretty good company. And again, he did it effortlessly, which means he didn't wave 15 people off. He didn't shoot the ball 10 times in a row and take 8 bad shots. He's let the game come to him. And he's been energy, getting those second jumps, those second possessions, extra possessions for his team on the offensive boards.
The officials, Tony Brown, Josh Tibbin, Eric Dalen. Over at the scorer's table. We check out the extent of that foul on what appeared to be a 3-point attempt by Lowry. Right, yes, no question. Now, so they are looking as to whether it was a flagrant.
Yes.
They say no flagrant. So
yeah, definitely. You can't really judge a guy's intentions, but at the same time, your body just takes you, that momentum takes you toward that shooter, especially as a big guy. Hard to slow down.
I don't know if it's intentions, though, because you could commit a flagrant foul without intending.
Yeah, no, you're right about that, Marv. I guess more the action of sticking your foot way out up under, you know, really hard to tell.
So Kyle Lowry 5 for 6 at the line, with the game tied at 110, and he has 3 free throws. Last time that Kyle Lowry was in uniform for Toronto was at Oracle Arena in Oakland, had that magnificent 26-point game 6, along with 10 assists, 7 rebounds, and knocked off Golden State to win the title. And 2 more shots for Lowry. TNT continuing opening week 2019 on Thursday with the Bucks and the Rockets, 8 o'clock Eastern, followed by the Clippers and the Warriors at 10:30 Eastern. Rockets debut of James Harden and Russell Westbrook facing Giannis and the Bucks.
I cannot wait. You've seen what, or if you've heard what Harden has said in the offseason, which definitely some players agree with, and the reigning MVP Antetokounmpo coming in there. Oh man, it's going to be a good one.
Oh, nice move, little scoop by Holiday to tie the game.
Wow. Now, if you're the Pelicans, you've gone small and want to see if Ibaka wants to take advantage of Mel inside. If not, you must use the defense and pace if you're Toronto to get some easy buckets.
Shot clock down to 4. Lowry with a deep 3. Rebounded by Nelly. Hart is open for 3. Yes. Josh Hart with a clutch 3-pointer. And the Pelicans take a 3-point lead. 1:28 remaining. Third quarter. Opening night of the NBA here on TNT.
Mirror, mirror on the wall, don't say it 'cause
Are you ready for some football? Are you ready for Monday nights to be as exciting as Saturday nights? And to leave a cousin's wedding early for Wild Card Weekend? Are you ready to destroy Daryl forever?
Aaron Rodgers.
Well, these 6 planes are ready. This grandpa is ready. Swoop is ready. The fans are ready. The teams are ready. Are you ready? The ATP 500 series swings through Europe. The points race has reached a fever pitch.
Oh, how has he got that? That is one of the shots of the week.
And time is running out.
You just had a feeling that this was going to happen.
Precious spots remain for London. And those that are in still have plenty to fight for.
And what a point. And what a treat for all these fans.
Live from Vienna, the Erste Bank Open, October 25th through the 27th on ESPN2.
Come on now, we're right there, okay? We got to have everybody rebound. We got to be able to contain the ball. We got to do a better job of containing the ball. Where we're going to win it, though, is on defense.
In his 5th season as head coach of the Pelicans, Alvin Gentry, his team is up by 3, 1:25 remaining in the 4th. Lowry, Van Vliet. Yes, that's a 3 for Fred Van Vliet.
And in that video clip, we just heard the coach seal the deal by giving them confidence and say, where we're going to win it is on defense. Pelicans, going to make sure they listen to that part of the speech.
Career high 31 for Van Vliet. Melly kicks it out. Redick. Yes. It's a 2-pointer for Redick, who did well to get that shot off.
What a tough jump shot. He had bodies hanging all over him. They were so close, they just didn't foul him. But young kids, it was the footwork and his concentration that knocked down the shot. Of course, the follow through as well.
Pelicans back up by 2 with 50 seconds to play, and an offensive foul on Siakam, and he has fouled out.
These teams may not have a star, but these teams have veterans. And look what the veteran J.J. Redick does. You can agree with the call or not, but he puts himself in a position to have the ref make a tough call. J.J. Redick, yeah, he can knock down the shots, but he can get it done on the other end as well.
And this is one of those situations where perhaps Nick Nurse might think maybe I should have held the challenge.
Yes, and this is fun watching the evolution of this rule and how coaches handle it, Mar. But I agree with you. Unless it's a foul, maybe an extra foul, an excessive foul on your star players, you may be smart to save that to the waning minutes.
So Siakam fouls out. It has been a banner night for Pascal Siakam. 34 points, 18 rebounds, 5 assists. Pelicans up by 2. 40 seconds remaining in the fourth.
Trying to get Gasol in the pick and roll.
Hart stripped by Lowry. Lowry on the move. Lowry to the bucket, went to the left hand, and is fouled.
Solid D by Toronto, but they were helped out by the Pelicans, who missed a wide open Mel at the top. But it does not matter that this may be the smallest backcourt in the game with Lowry and Van Vliet, because they may also be one of the toughest.
Lowry 7 of 9 from the line. Foul was called on Hart, his 4th, and it's a 1-point game. Raptors have 1 timeout left. Pelicans have 2. Both teams in the bonus. Game is tied. And a timeout called by Alvin Gentry.
You watching for the Jays?
Or are you watching for these Jays? Remember the biggest move of the season?
Hard the step back.
Yeah, but this is pretty big too.
You watching for the dynamic duos?
Or you watching for the MVPs?
It's been a long, long time since I've been this excited about an NBA season.
Celtics, Sixers, Nuggets, Blazers. Tomorrow on ESPN2. Ball for all.
What?
Friday, a full night of hoops.
Puts out the 3 ball. Yeah, baby.
It all starts in Adelaide when the 36ers battle the Taipei.
They just keep fighting.
Too fast, too quick.
Then Mitchell Creek runs the show for the Phoenix against Bryce Cotton and the Wildcats.
Drops it. Down she goes. And up go the fans here in Perth.
The NBL live on ESPN and the ESPN app.
0.2 remaining. Fourth quarter, game tied at 117. It is New Orleans ball. Chris, what are you looking for here?
Well, you always want to keep things simple with the young team, and so I wouldn't go 2 for 1 here. I would take the best shot available according to the philosophy of Coach Gentry. Now, if you're Toronto, you just want to make sure you get a stop. But if I am the Pelicans, I am looking at the mismatch, going to the pick and roll at Gasol, trying to get Mel an open shot.
Pascal Siakam is fouled out, leaving with 34 points, 18 rebounds. Pelicans setting up.
There it is.
Holiday going behind the back. Now to 8 on the 24. Holiday fires. Rebound, Powell. And Nick Nurse takes a timeout with 8.9 left in the fourth. So the Raptors have a chance to pull it out here in the final seconds.
The Pelicans got the play they wanted, but not the shot. They missed it. So if you look here, they want to get Gasol into the pick and roll. Watch them go right away. Gasol does a great job of coming out hedging. That means he does not let his man get a wide open look. Now that they cannot go to their original play, they're looking, trying to figure something out. Not enough covers, and the spacing isn't right. Again, they got the mismatch they wanted, but they did not get the play that they wanted to execute at the end.
It's the final timeout for the Raptors. Pelicans do have a timeout left. What are you looking for from Nick Nurse?
Well, what I'm looking for from Nick Nurse is, now that you don't have Siakam, Van Vliet has been your best penetrator all night. Put Van Vliet either in the clear-out role, it's called a 1-4, where you put Van Vliet at the top and all other 4 players on the baseline to give him space. If he has Powell and others on the floor, that means he can be a great decoy, either attack for score or attack to draw the defense, kick out to one of his shooters.
Raptors with Powell, Anunoby, Gasol up front. Lowry, Van Vliet in the backcourt. They're standing and cheering here at Scotiabank Arena. Can the Raptors follow up the championship banner and ring night with a dramatic win? Lowry will inbound. Powell, played by Jackson, 5 seconds remaining. Down to 2. Here's Powell for the win, and we go to overtime.
I don't know who called that play. You have Van Vliet that's been attacking the basket. You have shooters around. You do not want a 50-footer the last second unless his name is Steph.
ESPN, home of the UFC.
The NHL on ESPN. After a 4-game homestand, the Blues travel to Boston, where the champs face a familiar foe in a rematch of the Stanley Cup Final.
Nordstrom scores his first.
The Garden will be rocking. Blues Bruins, Sunday on ESPN2.
Are you ready for 3 huge NFL games?
Everybody be a guard tonight.
Will Phillip Rivers and the Chargers
cash in.
be ready to handle the mighty Khalil Mack and the Bears? Are the Browns ready to turn their season around when they take on Brady and the Pats? And is Aaron Rodgers and the Packers ready to dominate the Chiefs? It's the NFL on ESPN2. Are you ready?
You watching for the Jays?
Or are you watching for these Jays? Remember the biggest move of the season?
Hard in the step back.
Yeah, but this was pretty big too.
You watching for the dynamic duos?
Or you watching for the MVPs?
It's been a long time since I've been this excited about an NBA season.
Celtics, Sixers, Nuggets, Blazers. Tomorrow on ESPN2. Ball for all.
What? The Raptors and the Pelicans tied at 117. Toronto without Pascal Siakam. He fouled out after scoring 34, holding down 18 rebounds. The high man for the Pelicans, Brandon Ingram with 22. Fred VanVleet has put up 31 for the Raptors.
And that's why I thought Van Vliet would take the last shot, but don't understand that. But I bet you that Van Vliet will take it upon himself next time to try to get that ball in. And now it's very important. If you're Gasol, can you stay in guarding a perimeter shooter? Will Toronto use you in the post to score and to facilitate?
The Lakers and the Clippers from Los Angeles coming up on TNT after this game is over, but it is starting out on NBA TV with Kevin Harlan and Reggie Miller. Here's Powell to the rim. So that gives Toronto a 2-point lead.
And that's what you want to get Paul on, is the move. Let him use his athletic ability getting inside.
Lonzo Ball back on the floor, has not played in some time. Redick fires one for 3 and hits.
So impressive. His footwork, yes, his shot. We know about his shot, but his footwork and actually knocking it down off the dribble.
Lowry right back with a 3-point attempt. Redick now with 4 threes, 16 points in all. Ingram, who's had an excellent game, gets into the lane. Rebounded by Gasol.
Coach Gentry changed his lineup again. You have Ball in with all 4 starters and Mel. Shows you Coach Gentry, he's getting his rhythm as the coach this year too.
Shot partially deflected. Can you have a partial deflection? Actually, it was deflected.
Yeah.
Here's Ball off the front rim and rebounded by Powell.
And coaches, they're in their first game as well, so they're taking time to find the new chemistry, to find new units that play together. Guys are showing different phases of their games tonight, so an adjustment for everybody the first couple of weeks.
Gasol for three. Gasol is just 1 of 8 from the field. Pelicans by 1 and in possession as we come up on 3 minutes to play in this 5-minute overtime. Melly is fouled by Gasol. Now Derek Favors will check in. Those of you looking for the Lakers and the Clippers, you can tune to NBA TV for the start of the game. Lowry tried to take it away, but a foul is called on the Raptors. It's on Lowry, number 4. So Lonzo Ball will put it in play. Ingram played tightly by Powell. Ingram got the step. Tough pass to handle for Favors.
Yeah, Favors just coming in. If you're Ingram, you want that back so you can shoot it. Favors was actually trying to get position to get the rebound.
Gasol up top. Powell guarded by Redick. Gasol got the step. Scores and a foul. Took the bump from Favors and will go to the line for the first time tonight.
And that's how you get your rhythm. I know you're allowed to shoot 3-pointers on this team, but you still have to use your size, your strength inside. Such a great passer, which always makes you a dual threat, finishing inside strong. Gasol.
5th foul on Derek Favors. Three-point play from Marc Gasol, who has had a quiet night at the offensive end, but he's given the Raptors a 2-point lead with 2.5 to play in OT. Nice hesitation move by Holiday and converts.
So smooth. Silky smooth off the dribble and getting in that lane for the left-hand layup.
Tied at 122. Lowry off the turn and is fouled by Ball. He got bailed out. He had no shot at a shot.
Yeah, I'm wondering what Coach Gentry jumped up from over there. Ball is almost saying that he was fouled on the shot. I'm wondering how does that happen, but Kyle Lowry being aggressive, and Marv, you mentioned it. And last time he played in Golden State, 26 points, and he's been a player that you always talked about. Where has he shown up in the playoffs? And last year he's shown that. You know he's going to be steady on the defensive end, and now I think he has even more confidence in his offensive game.
Kyle coming back from a series of injuries, back from surgery, repairing a torn ligament in his left thumb. Still showed up for training camp for the Team USA.
Oh yeah, he's Philly all day. He represents the heart and soul of the people in Philadelphia.
Raptors up by 2, just under 2 minutes left in overtime. Ingram gets inside, rebounded by Powell, played him tough.
Ingram didn't know that time if he should trust Favors again, pass it in. He kind of got stuck and hesitated in the air on his little jump shot.
Lowry hooks it back to Gasol. Van Vliet, yes! Fred Van Vliet, 12 for 17, 34 points. That's his 5th 3 of the night.
Okay, the stage is now set. We know who the actors are and what they did to get here.
There will be a World Series in D.C.
If your team got here, congratulations. If it didn't, it doesn't matter. Sit down, get comfortable, and enjoy the show. After all, this is the World Series on ESPN.
Friday, a full night of hoops.
Puts out the free ball. Yeah, baby.
It all starts in Adelaide when the 36ers battle the Taipei.
They just keep fighting.
Too fast, too quick.
Then Mitchell Creek runs the show for the Phoenix against Bryce Cotton and the Wildcats.
Drops it. Down she goes. And up go the fans here in Perth.
Or to get back at Van Vliet, and it's all because Gasol can space the floor up there no matter what his shooting percentage is tonight. And such a good passer, he makes the right decision, gets it to Van Vliet, he knocks it down.
A minute 27 remaining in overtime. The Pelicans now with one timeout remaining. They do have a foul to give. Toronto also has a foul to give, and they have their 2 timeouts left.
And if you're the Pelicans, you want the best shot available first. You don't want to force a 3 or force it to the rim. You want to play within your offense and get the best look that you can right away.
Melly back on the floor. Hands off to Redick. Hart with the jumper. Tip missed by Melly. Rebounded by Anunoby for Toronto. Strong performance here down the stretch of overtime after Pascal Siakam fouled out at the end of regulation. Lowry for 3. Yes! The Raptors hitting clutch shots. The backcourt of Lowry and Van Vliet have got an 8-0 run for the Raptors. Just 45 seconds remaining. Melly coming up shy of the rim.
How about Lowry? He was 2 for 10 from 3-pointers up to that point. Knocks down the big one.
Holiday called for the foul. And Lowry will head to the line.
That's what you understand about Lowry. Not only is he going to be consistent in effort, but consistent in being aggressive.
Check that a foul to give. So now they'll be on the bonus. Van Vliet. 5 on the shot clock. Van Vliet. A spin move as he cut back the other way. His Hart, and he's tripped up. With 14.3 to go and an 8-point lead for the Raptors. So Gasol picks up number 5. For the Raptors, the start of their 25th season. They open up as the champions, celebrated championship banner and ring night. Here's Holiday for 3. For final seconds. And apparently the call is that he stepped out of bounds. So the ball back to Toronto, and that'll wrap it. We thank our producer, Tom Heitz, director, Andrew Greathouse, associate director, Celine Sobers, production assistants, JP Jeff Paris and Keon Grissom, and our statistician, Brian Taylor. Lakers and Clippers coming up momentarily as Toronto celebrates the championship with a victory on opening night, 130 to 122. Marv Albert, Chris Webber, Kristen Ledlow saying so long from Scotiabank Arena in Toronto. Clippers and Lakers moments away as we send it to Kevin Harlan, Reggie Miller, Allie LaForce in LA.
Time timetable, they did say it would be at least a couple of weeks before he started contact drills, though. But guys, that's where the veteran leadership comes in that the Lakers added this offseason. Over half the players they added are over 30 years of age. When you look at how many championships this coaching staff and the players have, it's 14. So that comes in handy when it's communicating, when you're trying to figure out your starting lineups, how they mesh together. Frank Vogel said just the terminology alone allowed them to skip a lot of steps in practice and has really come in handy.
Allie thinks there was no goaltending on the play. They'll put Kawhi Leonard at the free throw line. We welcome our audience from TNT to Los Angeles. Davis picks up his first. So far, we've seen the Lakers go 5 of 9 from the floor. The Clippers have gone 3 of 8. Davis has 4. LeBron has 4. And so far,